Would you seek to rule the world or become the singular beacon for humanity to follow? Or perhaps your only desire is to traverse this earth in silence, weaving a myth that outlives time itself. In the dawn of my existence, I was utterly lost. To be born into this world was to be baptized in terror, an infant thrust into a wilderness of monsters, feeling as though I had already fallen into the abyss. I feared death above all things. Every claw that tore my flesh, every cold night spent hiding from things that slithered in the dark, shattered my sanity. But then, I died, and the world reset. I woke up at the same boundary, under the same sickly violet sky, but the timeline had shifted. The rocks were in different places. The monsters patrolled different paths. The cage was not an absolute physical reality. It was a fluid, multi-layered chronological prison. Death was not my end. It was a temporal anchor that flung me into parallel iterations of the same nightmare. Armed with the memories of a ghost, I found a terrifying new purpose. I would unearth the truth of this construct, and I would break out. Survival demanded a terrible price. I discovered that the soul is a currency, and the only way to expand my own was to harvest it from others. I hunted the blighted, the wretched, mutated husks of those who had succumbed to the cage. I hunted the desperate warlords who sought to rule the ruins. I became an unstoppable engine of consumption, with every throat slit, with every infected heart pulled from a steaming chest. Their life force, their muscle memory, and their stolen Chronos energy rushed into my veins. I grew denser, faster, and utterly lethal. Yet my insatiable hunger birthed a catastrophic realization. As I bled the sectors dry, the sky began to tremble. The rotten iris, the great cosmic eye floating above the cage, began to blink. I had stumbled upon the small, horrific secret of the coffin. The cage was not a passive machine. It was a sensory organ. The cosmic master of this world was asleep, and the collective soul energy of the inhabitants acted as his sedative. By consolidating all power into myself, I was inadvertently draining the dampeners. Every tear I cleared, every godlike mutation I absorbed, peeled back a layer of his slumber. If I became completely omnipotent, he would fully wake, and a fully conscious architect would erase every timeline instantly. I had to stop feeding. The path of the solitary predator would only guarantee a cosmic execution. To defeat a god, I could not hold all the lightning. I had to distribute it. I turned my blade away from the innocent and the broken. I became a shepherd in the dark. Instead of devouring the souls of the surviving prisoners, I began to partition the stolen essence I had already gathered, filtering it through my own blood to purge the infection and seeding it into the chosen few who still possessed a shred of human will. We formed a quiet vanguard, a network of temporal anomalies, warriors who carried fragments of my purified, timeline-hopping soul. We stopped fighting for individual dominion. We gathered our scattered sparks, forging an interconnected web of power that could bypass the rotten iris's detection. We would not wake the architect. We would poison his dream from within. Now the baseline of reality hums with tension. The vanguard stands at the precipice of the highest tier, our weapons forged from the bones of the cage itself, our spirits synchronized across 1,000 dead timelines. The master stirs in his fitful sleep. The sky bleeds violet. The pen is in your hands. Would you dare to find out the truth with me? Welcome, traveler, to the unwritten pages. Welcome to the Apocrypha.